3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? This is the Undefeated by Choice podcast brought to you by Steelfist. We are here today with Sam Delao. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Yeah, what's up, man? Thanks for having me.
I'm glad we were able to get you. We're in short time, man. The fight is not too far away. We're less than a week out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's coming quick, man. I'm excited.
How you feeling? You feeling good?
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling more confident and just ready to go, man. I feel like I'm about to go to Disneyland.
Better than Disneyland, let's talk about something I've already mentioned to you in our previous messages. You're from New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana, man. I mean, I haven't been there since I was real young. I couldn't tell you anything. I remember, but yeah, we moved around a lot. But originally, I'm from Louisiana. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anybody who's listening to this on iTunes or iHeartRadio, you sound a lot like Dustin Poirier when you were talking right there. As soon as you said, "Nah, man, I'm from Louisiana," you sounded a lot like Dustin Poirier.
Hey, I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Let's hope you can fight like Dustin Poirier, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh man, well, I always wanted to get into the whole New Orleans thing because man, I get lied to all the time about that place. I mean, I go there like once or twice a year, and they always are like, "Oh, the locals, the Frenchman streets where the locals go." And I wanted to talk to a real New Orleans native so they could say that's a lie, because I know the locals ain't going to Frenchman Street. But since it's been a while since you've been there, I've probably been there more recently than you have, so I'll
for sure.
I'll leave you alone on that.
Yeah.
So you've been all over. Where have you been, and what brought you out to Utah?
Shit, man, I've been everywhere. Nevada, Arizona, California, North Carolina, Colorado. I've been a little bit of everywhere, man. Brought me out to Utah. My family was a military family, so we were always moving around and stuff like that, and just kind of ended up getting stuck here in the old LDS state, man.
Yeah. That happens to some people. That happens. And I can tell by the tattoos, you probably stick out like a sore thumb around here.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, some of the places you named, man, I would not have landed in Utah. Arizona, I would have stuck in Arizona.
Oh man, it's way too hot. If it's gonna be that hot, I need a beach somewhere.
What part of Arizona were you guys in?
Phoenix.
I love Phoenix, man. So, New Orleans, Phoenix. I mean, you've been all the places I need to be, all the places I need to live. I'm the one that does not need to be in Utah. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much for sure. All right. So, your military family, bouncing all around. Has martial arts always been a part of your life? Or is it something you were able to do as you were bouncing around, or are you just getting into it?
Yeah, kind of. My pops was the reason we moved around. He was in the Army. He was Special Forces in the Army. Okay. So he was always a badass. So he kind of taught us everything we knew. I started diving more into it because when I was younger and stuff, I dealt with bullying and shit like that. So I started diving more into it for protection and self-defense and just kind of on and off, man. I hit that party stage. I joined the Marine Corps, and then after I got out of the Marine Corps, I got into that party stage. So I was a balance between going out all the time and training, but I ended up sticking with training and just fell in love with the game, man. Okay.
All right. And so I briefly wanted to go back on the bullying, because I think I just talked with Lehigh Dominguez in 2 podcasts ago, and he was in a situation where he got into MMA because he saw something happening to a friend of his, and he at the time was too scared to defend himself or defend her, and so he didn't ever want that feeling again. So he kind of got into, I think it was boxing at the time, and with you, you mentioned bullying. So was it something that you did it, and getting into MMA caused it so you didn't have to actually? Now you had the confidence that you could stand up for yourself, but you weren't needing to actually get into fights because you had that confidence of like, well, if anything does go down, I know I'm going to handle my own. I mean, I'm sure you did throw down every once in a while. It happens, but for the most part, was it just that confidence thing for you?
It's really odd, man. Like, I dealt with when I was dealing with the bullying, I thought, I'm going to learn how to fight. And then, but I was so small, bro. Like, I was tiny. Mm-hmm. So even though I learned how to fight, man, I was still catching ass whoopings all the time. Like, I was just tiny, man. I was just a little kid. But, by the time I hit junior high school, it gave me a little bit more confidence to where I wasn't that kid who got picked on anymore. And, I tried to, I tried to do the right thing by that time, but I got in some fights in high school and stuff, but I tried to stay away from all that mostly.
Yeah. And then was it boxing you got into at that time, or was it some other form?
Yeah. Okay. Boxing was the main thing I always got into and did.
Okay. And is that still your passion when it comes to the training?
No, man. I would have to say Muay Thai is, man. I love Muay Thai.
Yeah. What is it about Muay Thai that is drawing you more towards that instead of the boxing these days?
Just the diversity of it. I mean, I've really been I went from Muay Thai into Lethwei. I'm sure you've heard of Lethwei, right?
I have not.
Oh, Lethwei is this new fighting style. They call Muay Thai the art of 8 limbs because you have 8 points of contact. This one's Lethwei is pretty much like Muay Thai, but with 9 limbs. So you can headbutt in it, and it's bare knuckle. And it's fucking, man. You have to look it up. There's this guy named Dave LeDuc. He's like the king of Lethwei right now, and it's just fucking brutal, man. It's like bare knuckle Muay Thai with headbutts. And there's no point system, so the only way to win is to knock your opponent out.
Ooh, that's old school right there.
Yeah, it's fucking brutal, man. But like Muay Thai and Lethwei, man, just the diversity and the brutality of it, man, it's fucking amazing to me.
Now as an amateur fighter in Utah, you don't get all 8 limbs, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't want you getting DQ'd because I'm excited for this fight.
Yeah. No, they say we can't elbow, can't head kick, can't knee to the face, stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Okay. As long as you're aware. I don't want some bullshit, disqualification, because this is a fight that I am very excited for. As I've been, this card is the first card that Steelfist brought me in to do some matchmaking for, and I made it was kind of my goal to bring in a lot of new fighters, a lot of fighters that Utah hasn't seen before, a lot of fighters with 0-0 records or 1-0 records, because we get kind of spoiled here. We have a lot of great fighters that have been doing it for a long time that we all get excited to see. Like, I mean, on this card, you're going to have Lehigh Dominguez and Jordan Marriott that it's going to be a technical fight, and they're going to go in, they're going to put on a good show. Joe Mama and Hayden Brown are going to throw hands, and someone's getting knocked out. We already know that. So, like, we kind of been spoiled with our older fighters. So, what I want to do on this card was bring in a lot of the younger fighters and give them attention, which is why I interviewed Justin Carter and I interviewed Austin Atkins, and I wanted to get a hold of Cole, your opponent. I still might be able to work something out with him, but you know how it goes. You know how it goes with schedules. We've had to reschedule a couple of times, so it doesn't always work out. But that's why I wanted to bring you on. Being a younger fighter. This is your debut, and I really want to show people like the up and comers. Like, Utah isn't just those who've been in the game forever and those who've been doing it for a while, but we've got young up and comers that are exciting. Cole's last fight was so exciting to watch, and I'm excited for this one as well. So let's talk about where you're training at. Where's your camp? Well, first of all, how is camp coming along for you? How's the weight cut coming? Is everything smooth and on track with that?
It's coming good, man. I'm feeling pretty good. It's a little bit lighter than I'm used to. I usually walk around at like 185. Mm-hmm. So cutting down to 160 has been. It hasn't been difficult. It's just been an interesting cut.
Yeah.
Especially because I've got a pretty muscly build, so it's just been interesting, man. I'm feeling good, looking good. I'm ready for it, man. Camp's been going good. My main coach is my brother-in-law, who actually used to fight for Jeremy Horn. Okay. His name is Brandon Hogan. Shout out to him. Just been working with him. I went back to my home gym at Absolute lately. So
great camp. That's an excellent camp out there.
Oh shit, man! They got killers over there. They got Joel Haro, Pedro, Caleb. Like, they got some killers over there, man.
Yeah. Do you ever go out? Do you ever get in there with Samson? I've interviewed Samson on this podcast before. I love that dude.
No, I actually haven't, man. I actually haven't.
His jits is next level, man. It's scary.
Yeah. I'm probably glad I haven't been there with him.
He's a great guy. And that's a great camp out there. So that's your main camp, and your training partners out there. I guess you're focusing a lot on the Muay Thai, but at a camp like Absolute, I'm guaranteed you're getting all the work, right?
Oh yeah, man. It's a really well-rounded place, and I'm getting a lot of really good training sessions. I'm rolling around a lot. I'm getting my ground game real good, and I'm feeling confident. So
awesome. So what is let's see, what do you think that your best attributes are that you coming into this fight? Like, what is it? You know, I know it's your debut, and with a lot of fighters, I mean, I've talked about this on the podcast probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 times in the last upcoming shows. I've asked fighters about their first fight, and they all say you get tunnel vision, and it just turns out into a brawl. But I think you come from a unique perspective, having been military. That tunnel vision, you're not really allowed to do that, you know, in your lifestyle. So do you feel like this is something that you're going to be able to handle coming in a debut, or do you think you're going to go through all the motions as all the fighters, have that tunnel vision, kind of, you know, get lost in the moment rather than being able to, you know, see what's in front of you?
You know, honestly, I don't know, man. I'm staying open-minded and you know, open to the experience. For me, it's a win-win. You know, it's amateur, it's experience, it's getting that first fight out of the way, the first fight jitters. You know, like I don't personally think I'll get tunnel vision. I think that, you know, the Marine Corps kind of stomped that out of me.
Yeah.
You know, that nervousness or those jitters. But you know, who knows, man? I mean, it's a whole different game in the cage. So, you know, I'm just excited to get that experience, get that first notch under my belt, and you know, continue on the path of making a career out of it.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your opponent now. You're November 22nd. You've got Cole Faust, well-known wrestler. Have you been able to see footage on him at all on his last fight?
Yeah, I've been able to catch some footage of him.
Okay. And what did you think? What do you think his strengths are? What do you think that with what you've been working on, what do you think that you're going to be able to have the advantage coming up this fight?
I mean, obviously he's a great wrestler. You know, he won the last fight, second round armbar. You know, he's great on the ground.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, I'm gonna be able to outstrike him, keep him on the outside, and you know, we're really gonna test each other. You know, we're dogs, so you know, I respect him for getting in the cage. Yeah, I mean, I respect him all around as a fighter. I kind of took the fight a little bit. Like, I took the fight on like a 7-week notice, so I didn't have as much notice as I would have liked to have, you know, or
yeah.
But honestly, it's whatever. I'm down with it. He seems like a good kid, and you know, I'm just excited to get in there with him and hash it out, man.
Yeah. I think you know, knowing him a little bit and talking to you as I have, I think you both are the type that you both seem super respectful, which of course we love. We love fighters who can respect each other, but also you can tell that you guys are going to go in there and put in the work. There's some fighters that are nice outside of the cage, and then they get into the cage and they're still too nice. I think I'm one of them. I'm always wanting to smile and hug. But you know, having talked to you guys, it's very serious, very focused. Know what you want to do, and you know, that's exciting for the fans. You know, I think we're all going to be able to benefit from seeing what you guys are going to be able to do for us. I know that that I ask this question all the time, and I actually got an answer yesterday, but normally I don't get an answer. Normally the answer is, wherever the fight takes me. But do you have a vision of how you're going to end this fight, of how things are going to end out, and have your hand raised at the end of the fight?
Yeah, man, I'm thinking, honestly, I think, you know, we're both tough guys. I'm wanting to end it in the first round. But you know, I could really see this thing, you know, especially with how me and him are, I could see this thing going to a decision, and you know, I could see me just racking up those points by tagging him and just getting away with all that striking. So
that'd be exciting. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be smiling the whole time if this thing goes to decision, because I know there's not going to be a moment of dullness. So if it goes to decision, I'll have a smile on my face the whole time. What do you do? What are you doing for cardio? I mean, we know that Cole comes from a wrestling background. They're known for being able to grind away that type of cardio. What kind of cardio do you guys have going on down there at Absolute? What are your coaches doing to keep you ready for that type of pace?
Shit, man, we're doing everything. When we're rolling, we're going rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds, you know. And then you know, when I'm doing sparring and stuff, it's, you know, it's 2 hours of conditioning before, you know, 10 rounds of sparring. After that, you got some more conditioning. We're going to the gym and hitting it after that. And it's nonstop party, man.
It's a good answer when they answer with shit, man. That's how I know you're getting your cardio in. If you answer with, oh shit, man, I know you're getting your cardio in. If you were like, we're just running, go on the treadmill, we're doing this. No, if you answer with, if that thought makes you think, oh shit, I know you're ready. I know you're ready.
Man.
What do you got? What message do you have for anybody who's thinking they want to come out and watch you fight, and they're thinking, what is Sam going to bring to the table? Like, what's your sales pitch to let people know, like, you're someone that's going to be around, you're someone who people need to come out and watch?
My sales pitch is, man, I've got a lot of heart. I'm going in there with every intent to walk out with a W. I'm definitely going to put on a show. I'm an exciting fighter to watch, and I'm trying to make this into a career. So I'm going to give it everything I have, every part of me, and I'm going to leave it all in the octagon for everybody to see. So.
Perfect. Something I've been talking, especially to a lot of young fighters about, wanted to bring up, and because I'm trying to point out how important it is for each one of you guys to do this. I'm going to ask you, how are your ticket sales going right now?
Pretty good, man. Honestly, good. I should have got more. I should have got more ringside tickets.
That's where everyone wants to be.
Yeah, man. I underestimated how many people were going to get that, and I ran out of that shit quick.
I'm sure you could get a hold of Pat, and he could get you a few more if that's the case. If that's the case. Well, the reason I bring it up is because, we as Steelfist, we're trying to do our best to promote you fighters. We're doing our best to try to get the spotlight on you guys and get people to see all of you athletes. But we've worked it out, and every organization does this. As far as amateurs get paid, you make your money off of ticket sales, off of being a salesman for the company, and that's where you make your money. And a lot of fighters don't understand that. A lot of fighters don't get that. They don't get that, and they come in here and they just want us to fill the house, but yet they're like, well, I'm not making any money. And there's good money to be made off of promoting yourself and selling your own tickets. So I always try to, especially with the young fighters, get in their ear early, be like, listen, you sell yourself, you sell your tickets, and you can make a good living doing this. You can make good money doing this. And then when you get to the pro level, it only gets that much better. And so I've been talking to everybody about it, just making sure that they understand, listen, this is your chance for you to make good money and sell yourself and let people know who you are. So I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you sold those cage side tickets. Those are the toughest to sell. You must know some rich people.
Yeah. No, man, I got a lot of good supporters, man, and that's what I love about this. That's why I'm really thinking this is just a win-win. I'm getting that experience. Also, I'll be able to really get a fan base going to where my family and friends and all my people are going to start getting used to paying for those tickets to come see me fight and telling their friends about it. And it might be 30 people this time, but next time it's 60 people. And really building that fan base. So
an important outside of the fight itself, an important way to get people on your side, to get fans on your side, a good trick, is a killer walkout song.
Oh man, just wait till mine, dog. Just wait till my walkout song, man.
Okay. Because a lot of people, they choose stuff that they choose stuff that means something to them, but the fans don't care about it. If you choose a good walkout song, I promise the fans turn on your side and they cheer for you like crazy. If your song gets them pumped, you're gonna get new fans. I can tell you that much. Right now.
That was my thing, picking my walkout song was something to get the crowd involved. You know what I mean? Where they hear it and everyone in that place, I promise you, man, everyone in that place is going to sing along. Everyone's going to have a smile on their face.
That's right. That's the way to do it. I've always said, I've changed my tune now. I was saying for the longest time I was going to come out to Sweet Caroline, because when people are drinking and that song comes on,
everyone's singing that.
You cannot help but sing along with that song. So I'd have to be later in the card after people have had their drinks in them. But now I'd probably walk out to when the Saints go marching on, because I'm a huge Saints fan. We've already talked about New Orleans, so I'll probably come out to that, have a Mardi Gras theme, be like throwing beads out in the crowd, stuff like that. You gotta have fun. You gotta have fun with it, man. And
that's like you see how Israel Adesanya came out.
Man,
that changed the whole game.
I don't got moves like that. I mean, I got moves, but not like that. So I just have to. I can throw beads out, and I can come out to the Saints song and stuff like that. And I could have fun with it. And that's the last card in October was a great card. Were you able to make it out to that card?
No, that was the Fight Mares, right?
Yeah,
so that wasn't able to make it out to that one.
That was a really exciting card, and I attribute a lot of it to because people were, like, so many fighters are having fun with their walkouts. They're coming out in, like, Halloween costumes because it was right around Halloween. And so they're coming out in, like, Halloween costumes, and Justin Horsley had this whole, like, performance. And when you do that, it kind of takes the nerves off of what you're about to do. Like, you're not, there's a lot of times you can see fighters walk into the cage when they're getting, like, Vaselined up and everything. You can kind of see it in their eyes, like, oh, this is real. This is about to happen. But if you kind of take a moment to have fun right there, it takes a lot of the pressure off because you're not so focused on what's about to happen. So if you're having fun with your walkout, and it sounds to me like you plan on having fun with your walkout, it's going to help you. It's going to help you in the cage. It can only help you to not let those nerves build up. I've seen it so many times, and so I'm glad to hear you plan on having some fun with it.
Oh, for sure, man.
So this is your first fight, and it's your first fight for Steelfist. It's the best organization to start out your career with. I'll tell you that much right now. What have we done that you've liked? What would you like to see? I guess you don't really have anything to compare it against, but if there's any communication we need to do better, just let us know what we can be doing better, or like what's your experience with us has been.
I mean, the experience has been good, bro. It's been really good. I feel like I'm getting like a lot of chances for promotion and stuff, like just a lot of opportunity, man. It just feels like Steelfist opened a big window of opportunity. They've been really easy to work with, as far as all the medicals and stuff like that and getting squared away. And it's all been really good on this end, bro. I'm pretty happy with the experience so far. Good,
glad to hear that, and I think that will continue. We finally got weigh-ins indoors this time, so I know you're going to enjoy that because it's been getting pretty cold to be standing outside in your underwear on a scale. So we're indoors this time around, and we're going to work on trying to make that a more permanent thing to be doing them indoors because it's rough. It's rough when you're a fighter. You're outside in October, freezing cold weather, trying to stand there in your underwear. And even if you if you have to go and cut another pound or something, and it's freezing outside, no. So
that shit makes it even harder.
Yeah. So we're always working on trying to be better. Do you have anybody or any sponsors or anybody that you want to thank or anybody you want to give a shout out to before we close things out here?
No, I just shout out to Cole, man, for the opportunity. Let's go and give it hell. Shout out to my brother in Afghanistan, my sister and my brother-in-law at home, my kids. Shout out to my baby mama, always causing that drama.
I said that's on the last show. They're the real heroes. They're the real heroes.
Yeah, man. It's been a blessing to have, to do this training and stuff, and my kids are squared away. They're all good. So, and shout out to Matt, man, for having me on the show, bro.
Oh, thank you very much, my friend, and thank you to you and your family for your service. And man, I've been saying this. I've been pushing this from the moment we put this card together. The young bucks are the ones I'm putting my money on to steal the show this time around. You and Cole are two of those up there that I've had my eye on since we made the match, and I've been super excited about this entire fight. So, man, I wish you the best of luck. November 22nd. Everybody if you can get a hold of Sam, get tickets from him. Sam Delao. If you can get a hold of him, get tickets from him. Sounds like he has a couple left, but don't plan on getting ringside from him. But yeah, Sam, man, thank you very much. I want to close up the show here, but thank you for your time, and we'll see you on Thursday for the weigh-ins.
Yep. Hey, sounds good, man. Thanks for having me, and everybody keep an eye out for me.
All right. Thanks, brother. Take care.
Yep. Bye.
All right, y'all. We just had an interview with Dustin Poirier. I really feel like I was just talking to Dustin Poirier. If you listen to this and you tell me he does not sound like Dustin Poirier, leave it in the comments. But you lying. He sounds exactly like him. He had me fooled. I'm sorry. It's a good thing no one is here this week because I'm obviously fighting a sickness. You can hear it in my voice. That's why we did everything over the phone this week. See, technology, man. I got it figured out. I got this all figured out. Anyways, I may get one more interview in before the fights are over. I'm trying to get a hold of Cole, but like I said, schedules are tough, man. These fighters are putting all their time into training. They're putting all their time into getting things ready for this fight. So we don't knock anybody who can't make it. I got nothing but respect for all the fighters. Everybody that I did reach out to try to get on the show. There's a couple of others that couldn't make it due to scheduling. And man, no hard feelings. We freaking love you guys. We know you guys are putting all the time you can to get yourselves ready for these fights. So hats off to you. We do this as an opportunity to give you guys to help you guys promote and help you get your names out there because you guys are the reason the show continues. You guys are the reason that we can have show month after month. So we love you fighters, all of you. Good luck on November 22nd. Get your tickets at steelfistfight.com or find your favorite fighter that's on the card. Buy your tickets from them. It helps the fighter directly. I say that every single time, and it really does. You can find us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, or YouTube under Undefeated by Choice. You can find us on Instagram at Steelfist Fight or on Facebook at Steelfist Fight Night. Everybody, you know the words. Say them with me. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. I love you.